The howling, how the moon scared the sun away. In a distant land, there was a curious little puppy named Cooper who loved to ask questions about everything. His mom always encouraged his inquisitive nature, even though sometimes it was a bit overwhelming. One lovely day, Cooper asked his mom if he could have a sleepover with his best friend Molly Cupcake. Without hesitation, his mother granted permission. The night was calm, and both friends were having a good time when something strange happened. Molly Cupcake's dad started howling at the moon for a very long time. Cooper became confused. He had never seen anything like it before. "Why is your dad making such noise at this time of night? And why is he howling at the moon?" Cooper asked. "I don't know, but let's just play," Molly Cupcake replied. Cooper remarked mockingly, "I hope he knows the moon will never answer him back." Cooper couldn't sleep that night. He was eager to get home to tell his mom what had happened. He had so many questions. The next morning, Cooper's mom came to pick him up. Cooper was happy to see her. "Hello, my darling. Did you have a magnificent time?" Cooper's mom asked. "Yes, Mommy, but it was also a strange night," Cooper answered, glancing at Molly Cupcake and her family. "Good," Cooper's mother replied as she rushed him out, avoiding any awkward explanations. "Oh, Cooper, what were you anxious to talk about that you couldn't wait until we got home?" she asked as they walked. "Mommy, Molly Cupcake's dad was howling at the moon for several hours last night. Why is that?" Cooper asked eagerly. "Okay, can you wait until we get home for me to explain?" his mom asked. "Sure, but let's hurry." Once home, Cooper's mom sat him down and began to explain. "All right, so I'm going to tell you a story that your grandmother, my mother, told me when I was curious like you and about your age. In the far distant past, the sun and moon had their designated times in the sky to demonstrate their abilities to the world. The sun would shine for the entire day before setting, while the moon would shine through the night. Until one day, something unexpected happened. The moon decided to stay out a little longer than expected. Everyone's eyes were on the moon because they were seeing it in a different light, not in the night as expected, but in the day. The sun was mad. "How dare the moon remain in the sky while I'm about to rise? He is stealing my shine," the sun said, and went away. For days, no one had seen the sun, and the clouds began to cry, bringing tons of rain. There was no sun to help dry up all the water, and the animals and plants started to complain. As they gathered around, everyone agreed that a meeting with the moon was necessary. Russo, the wise old dog, volunteered to help. He approached the moon and explained that the sun had not been seen for some time and felt it was unfair. Russo elaborated that everything in the world had a purpose and should follow its designated order. He suggested that the moon should only appear at night, allowing the sun to shine during the day. The moon nodded in agreement, but asked for a favor, explaining that he sometimes forgets. Russo responded with a howl, explaining that the sound would serve as a reminder. From that day forward, dogs have howled to help the moon remember its place in the sky. The very next day, the sun returned, shining as brightly as ever, and everyone was overjoyed to see it again. Cooper's eyes sparkled with excitement. "So that's why dogs howl at the moon, to help remind it of its place and time in the sky?" "Yes, my darling. Now you know the special role dogs play in keeping the balance of the world," Cooper's mom said, smiling. And from that night on, whenever Cooper heard a howl, he felt a special connection to the ancient story his mom had shared, knowing he was part of a grand tradition. He was also thrilled to learn that he would also get to howl at the moon.